All right, hello. This is a review for peer review for CAP 2, and all my people I have not seen in a while. So hello. And it has her glamour shot picture on. Nice. All right. Who wants to go first?
I will go first because mine, Angela, did such an amazing job. Angela, I just posted, so I don't know if you've had an opportunity to look at it. Um, I don't know why. Every time I do your peer review and then I look at mine, I think, oh gosh, I need to start all over. But I think you did a wonderful job. The task is aligned with the content. I like your introduction. I like how you described what the qualitative research process consisted of to come up with your school environmental analysis. That was everything was so smooth. It just flowed. Everything that you wrote, the references are integrated into the body of the paper, which shows that you definitely understood the task and did a great job with it. The candidate has demonstrated, you showed how the qualitative data can be used to include the existing published data by using the student achievement, the cultural awareness, all of the different exceptionalities, like the way you did that. Your interpretation by the visual graphs were awesome. I just never really even thought to put a graph to show. I think the one that I was surprised you had how many students were in the classes. I like the fact that you graphed that. That was nice. I didn't really see any weaknesses. You really did a great job. I would say that you're accomplished. Your leadership is demonstrated by your insights on how you interpreted the data that was collected, how you showed how it impacted the student achievement. I liked how you used the teacher leadership skills to assist with the subgroups that you felt weren't being addressed effectively. It was professionally written, and your artifacts was organized in a logical way that made sense. It was easy to locate. And so honestly, I don't know if you guys can still see me or not. There you go. Honestly, after I read yours, I went back and did some tweaks to mine. And so it's really hard now that you're going to review mine because some of the things I put in mine I had gotten from yours. But did you have any questions, Angela?
No, because as you're talking, I had to pull up my paper. I'm like, she is not talking about my paper.
No, I'm really serious, Angela. Honestly, I mean, you just have a gift when it comes to writing. I mean, you made the task seem so easy. Your narrative was smoothly, I mean, you took all of your quotes, integrated it. You interpreted the data that you had. And at the end, oh my gosh, you had your PowerPoint presentation already in there. Now, is that something you had presented already, or is that something you did for this course?
Part of it is something that I presented in April to the staff, but then I just went back and incorporated the more of the environmental aspects to it, so then I can just represent it to the school improvement team. So it's a presentation that I created for our data talk. And so it already had the academic side. I just need to add the environmental side to it.
Right. Like no, that was really, yeah. Yeah, that was very good. So as you can see, when you read mine, I thought, okay, I need to go back and do something of that nature. So I'm working on doing a presentation. We have one more school leadership meeting, and so I was going to make a presentation there. So I was going to go back in and do something of that nature. But honestly, I mean, excellent. Really, I could not find any weaknesses, and I went back and I looked at the rubrics and I looked at what you did, and I thought, wow. I mean, there was really nothing that I could see was an area of weakness. I just wish I had your skills when it comes to those graphs and the data and interpretation, because you've definitely got that down. So kudos to you.
Well, while you're talking about that, I'm gonna, if it's okay with the group, I'm gonna go ahead and just talk about yours because, like, you have blossomed. Like your graphs are like your. I'm like, go ahead, Michelle. I see you.
So I've made some gains. I've had growth over.
I'm like, oh, look, the baby's growing up. No, I'm like your graphs. Yeah,
That was,
yes, ma'am. Kudos. I mean, you stepped it up in this paper with your graphs and your tables, and everything. So I'll just go through and do your because I just submitted yours myself. I'm sorry. I said that the content is aligned. Of course, you know, they're asking you to do the environmental analysis. And I said, your work is proficient. I said, you have done a great job incorporating the required parts into your paper. However, and I put that the graphics you used were amazing. So I put that in your, and as far as your weakness area, of course, you know, you need to add the presentation, the evidence of the presentation. And also there were a few sections that I don't think you completed yet. When saw some gaps.
Wait a minute, say it again. You're breaking up. I didn't hear it.
Oh, are there a couple of sections that you were still working on to complete? Because it seems like there were a few sections that weren't filled in.
Right. Yeah. It's the draft. Definitely still. Now,
Okay.
which ones? Because I can't remember. What I did was I wanted you to have something to look at, so I wanted to put it in, and I'm still actually working on it. I haven't posted it on Blackboard yet for our professor because I did have some areas that I didn't complete. Was that under the
empowerment?
Yes. I'm still working on that. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. No problem. But I think that was like the only one. So when of course, for my weakness, I put, you know, you were still working on a couple of sections. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
As far as leadership, I said the candidate is working hard to prepare a school environment presentation to a school improvement team to improve the school's function. And I probably should put atmosphere or whatever. But then I went where it said about, is the artifact professionally written? It is written professionally. I said, however, there are some formatting issues, and I think you know that. And I understand, but I just had to note it, you know, in the you know, my feedback. I said, for an example, page 7 is completely blank. And then I also noticed, it went from page, hold on, if 7 is blank, 6, hold on, wait. My math, it went from like 6 straight to 8. So page 7 blank. There's a whole table that jumped to another page.
Well, you know what, Angela, before I forget, after we're done, I do need to have you help me with that, because that's the formatting with the graphs has been an issue this whole last semester. Even Dr. Bullis was saying, but I thought I fixed it, but evidently I didn't, because when you view it, you still see those gaps. Do you have any suggestions of how I could correct those? Is it my formatting is off on the graphs? So
what I would do, and I'll reformat it for you and shoot it back to you if you want me to, but what I would do is, if you click on the graph, there's like a little graphic that comes to the right of the box at the top that says layout options. I always hide mine behind the text. That way I put it wherever I put it, and then I move the text out of its way. I don't know if that makes sense. So I always do put the graphic behind the text and then space it, you know, so that the text is under it or above it or whatever.
Okay, I will definitely do that. I've been running into that issue, and I couldn't figure out why with my spacing. And sometimes it won't even let me, like when I'm trying to indent and then go back to. Yes, so you got it right.
So like if you click on, so like I touched the graph and then this icon that comes up over here.
Right, I've seen that,
What I do is I just click the one where you hide it behind the text. So now it just jumped. I have to find it. Okay, so now it's up here, and I just bring it down to wherever I want it to be.
Got it. That's very helpful. Thank you.
And not saying that's the best way. One of our teammates may have a better way. But I just kind of play around with it, and like you see where it says introduction over here is covered, I just keep spacing that down, out of the way, the words out of the way of the graph.
Okay. Okay.
So I
think
just
see what
kind
you're
of
saying.
move the writing. See, like all of this writing that's up here, I would just kind of move it out the way. But I mean, so you could play around with the different format options.
Okay.
That's totally up to you. But that's the one that works best for me. So I don't have to worry about it.
I
Yes, ma'am.
appreciate that. I do, because honestly, Dr. Todd, that was one of the things she mentioned as well for my CAP 1. She was
Mhm.
saying how the formatting is off. So I've got to get that piece together. Thank you. That was very helpful.
No problem. I'm glad I could help.
Mhm.
And citations, everything else look great. Like I said, you're in line with the content. It looks great. Like I said, y'all look at her graphs, man. She's a big girl. Y'all look at those graphs.
Oh, wow.
Look at that, y'all. Okay. I'll stop. All
I
right.
needed that, though. That's what I needed to make it to the end of the semester. So thank you for that push.
You are welcome. Any questions?
No,
Anything?
that was very helpful. I'm still working on those things, so I will go back and make those corrections.
All righty, then I'm going to mute my audio.
All right. Santana, did you get a chance to look at mine?
Yes. I think you kind of did what I did. Pulled a lot of information from the skip. Did you do that?
I pulled a little bit from the skip over that last part of the.
Right. So I think that was good because a lot of the stuff is repetitive information. I like the use of your table as far as the breakdown of the demographics. And you include a lot of detailed information about the background of the school. I like how you included, of course, all of your charts based on the data, and then including your school improvement team members, so we can actually see the breakdown of who is within each area. So it kind of shows the diversity that you have on your team. As far as your analysis of your findings, let's see. Sorry. I would say maybe add a little bit more, maybe graphs in that area. Some more, I guess, more visual elements to that analysis section, so it can kind of tie in with your numbers. As far as the recommendations, I like how you included the agenda and the meeting notes. All your formatting looks really good as far as the flow of your figures and tables and everything like that. And the use of your APA style looks good. I would just work on the works cited, go back and, of course, adjust that to make sure it's in line with the APA format.
Okay. All right. Part of my question for the culture part, we can really choose. I mean, anything for the action plan can be anything that's applied to the culture of the school. So the different part of that, I just feel like that's what we complain a lot about, as far as kind of the protocol for that. So I just want to make sure that I was on the right track with that. Cause I know that's a little bit different than maybe some of the other, what other people are going to be talking about.
Right.
Okay.
Because it's based on your results, so it's fine. That's kind of how I looked at mine too. Some of the things that, based on my teacher interviews and talking to them, some of the things that they, had concerns about that I hear them complain about over and over and over again. So.
But it was that, but also the teacher working survey had a lot about like the correlation between. A lot of it had to do with discipline that they were annoyed with. Right. And how it was handled. So.
But everything looks really good. Looks like you have all the information required in here. So you meet all the.
I am still working on the presentation piece of it. Together a PowerPoint. Angela, did you do a PowerPoint or Google Slides?
I did a PowerPoint.
Okay.
Now that's where I'm confused, because where do you guys see that we have to present it? Is that at the end?
That's on the rubric. rubric, like when you are looking at your different steps, like developing, proficient, accomplish, it said that the candidate does this, 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 and this.
Oh, okay. See, I was looking at this. I'll show it to you. And it didn't say. That's what I was going by. Okay, gotcha.
I'm talking about send food, Lord, and mercy.
After that,
Right here, send.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's somewhere up here. It cap 2, somewhere. That's 1.
Okay, yeah, that's at the end. Okay, okay.
Yeah, use that.
Hannah, after that page that you just showed us in the handbook, it are those rubrics.
Yeah, I see the rubrics now. I just didn't look at that part.
So,
yeah,
you can still get a passing grade without the presentation piece or
right, right.
piece of it. But
Okay, I see it now. Okay, you guys have it. I was just telling one of my friends. It's so I guess it's South Carolina, North Carolina. I mean, I can pull my report card, but the results are nothing like the stuff that I see you guys have. Yeah, it's nothing like that at all. And then with me being in a career center, it's like a lot. It seems like a lot of the data wasn't even turned in. So I'm really having to rely on our climate survey for a lot of the stuff, or pulling up like the surveys from the high schools that we service and trying to average the information based on their surveys. Like, it's ridiculous.
Santana, in yours, where did you find that? Because your graphs are really good. Where did you find that like number of years in the teaching profession? Was that something that you created to them?
Well, I got some of it because I was kind of trying to compare based on the survey that I created. And then some of the data I was able to pull from our school's report card, and it had that on there as well. Because all the teachers didn't turn the climate survey back into me, versus the school report card, my director, he makes them all turn it back in. So for that.
Well, good. Anything else that you need to tell me?
No, I think everything's good, and it looks like you're on the right track. So.
Okay. Well, I'll say here, and you already told me this, but it's a rough draft. You have the outline. You have the outline. Let me make sure. Yeah, you have the outline. Well done. I see your subheadings. You may want to start, instead of your first subheading being data sources, you may want it to be like a little intro about what you're going to talk about first, instead of just jumping right into the data sources. But the graphs look good. I love those graphs. And like you said, you started off really good. Your first and second paragraph look great. And then your other stuff has what you need to do. I know that you're having a hard time collecting that data. But just make sure after the data part of it that you kind of tie it in and do what you're thinking about, your analysis part of it. So I'm looking at her glamour shot. Her glamour's gone. Do you see her?
She left and said she left.
It probably, my internet went out 2 times. I was so scared that my internet was going to go out, because the past two sessions that I've been on with Bullis or somebody, my internet's gone out. I don't know if I should finish. I feel kind of weird. You need to. I don't know where she went.
Hey, Amanda.
What?
Look, while you're having your awkward moment, listen. Hey, listen. For my peer review, when I go, when I'm trying to turn in my assignment where it says post your written peer review, it says completed by one of your teammates. Do I upload the one someone completed for me, or the one I completed for someone else?
I think that one is the one someone completed for you. Isn't that correct, Amanda? I saw that today.
Yeah, and I uploaded the wrong thing. That's where I uploaded my paper. That's why y'all didn't have it. That's why I uploaded my paper, not the peer review. So she's
because I was trying to find your paper. I said, well, I've already peer reviewed it in the last class, so I'm just going to use that one.
Well, good, because I posted it wrong, and then I went back and I said, you know what? I think I posted in the wrong spot. So I'm gonna have to go and take it off of where that is and then repost. Do we have
Okay.
to cap 1?
Yep, the first week it says, this is the first week assignment. It says post your peer review for CAP 1 completed by one of your teammates.
Okay.
Right, so
I have yours.
But we did that last semester, correct?
Right, but you're supposed to post it again. And so that's what I did. I just reposted, like you had done mine, Amanda, so I just reposted that.
Okay. And then
And I have yours, Amanda.
Okay, and then I'll repost. Why? Yeah, I saved it. I have it.
Okay.
And then I'll just repost the CAP 2 in the right spot.
All right. I just want to make sure I post the right thing because, never mind. I just
No, but that was a good question, Angela, because I noticed that. I just posted. Oh, here, welcome back, Santana.
Hey,
That was something I said.
And you do not have to repeat anything you said. I would just go back and watch the recording.
I was like, she's mad. She's gone.
No, no. I was trying to do it from my phone versus my computer because my computer's slow and my phone died.
No,
but
the thing I said after you left, I said you might want at the end of all your data just have a little analysis, but that can be the conclusion part of it.
Okay.
But you knew that it was, your percentages are good, your graphs are good.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have a works cited page.
Yeah.
But you knew this was a rough draft, and if you want,
yeah,
send it to me and I'll look at it again. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. And
all right,
we had we did talk. We talked about you while you were gone. I'm just.
We can review it and see what we said.
Well, yeah.
We were looking at that beautiful glamour shot.
Now that we do have to upload that CAP 1 for this class. I don't know if you've already done that. I haven't done
Yeah,
that.
I did. I did that the first
week.
And you have to upload the peer review too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will do that.
So guys, before we go, just want to make sure. So that one place that Angela showed, that's where we upload the peer review that was done on us. So do we also, there is a place that we have to upload our peer review that we did on someone else, right? So we're doing 2 for each task. Okay, Santana's saying yes, so I'm just making sure.
Oh,
okay.
Say that again?
Just, I just submitted it, there is a place for one. You upload one that you did and then the one that was done on you. But I can't remember right off right now where each one is. And it was kind of like I ran across it just by clicking on different stuff.
Right.
Because everything isn't where you would think it should be for some reason.
Yeah, I think the one that someone did on us is on Dr. Todd's. Every week she has the schedule of what we need to do.
Yep, it is. Yep.
I don't remember where the other one is.
Yeah, I don't remember the other one, but it's somewhere where you turn it in or something like. You just have to click around and play with it. I can't remember right off.
Okay. All right, so ladies, I think we don't have to do any more Zoom conferences. We still need to do the peer review for 3 and 4. Now, when we get to the PSYOP,
like in the middle of June.
They're due in the middle of June. Is that what you said?
No, I said I feel like I might need a Zoom to be on track for the middle of June.
Yeah. I agree. I think we can do it.
I'm not kidding.
No. I'm with you. I think that'll be great. And I'll be finished with school so I can focus.
Right.
Congratulations, Santana. We're also jealous of you.
But I'll be jealous of you guys when you go back because I'll be going back sooner. That's the trade-off. That's the trade-off.
Yeah, I don't know. Ours are snow days.
Let me ask this question. Are any of you applying for an administrative position?
I'm going to wait until next year.
Okay.
I'm going to wait too, I think, unless something falls into my lap. But I have a really good job right now, and I was a soccer coach, and I'm doing that, and my boy's coming up to the middle school, so I may wait a year or two.
Got you.
Did you apply?
Well, I am because I'm wanting to be in the central office. So,
Oh.
right. So I'm going to go ahead and be in the pool. So if something comes available, there's nothing available right now, but I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to at least have my information there. So, but I haven't started the interviewing process. That's in July, I believe it is. So I'll be interviewing just to get into the talent pool.
Well, you'll have to let us know how that goes.
I definitely will.
And see,
After
in
I get all
South
of this
Carolina, we have to pass the praxis. So even when I forgot the guys, Dr. Robertson, when he met with me, he was like, just apply for jobs in North Carolina and get out of
I
South Carolina.
don't believe that.
Yeah, we still have to take and pass the praxis to apply in South Carolina.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Angela,
Wow.
are you fine for anything?
No. I told my boss that as long as she let me be her instructional coach, I will be the instructional coach.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd like that job too.
Yeah. I'm enjoying my position right now. This is my first year. I really want to, understand exactly what it is that I'm doing before I move on.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm planning on in January starting the doctoral program for curriculum
Oh.
web. So I think where I am will be best fitting, being that I want to be go for curriculum and instruction.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Now I told someone that in this experience, like the internship side, it kind of makes me question being a principal. And I'm like, well, I do want to be in a leadership role, but I don't know if that's the exact route that I want to take.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot that comes with it that I didn't even expect.
Wow.
Yes, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good. That's a part of the program, and maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. Do I need to? I'm gonna stop recording.
Okay.
Should have done that
Okay.
earlier.